On the road in Mallorca, group communication. As we ride in groups in Mallorca, we have three forms of communication we will utilize to keep the group safe. Number one, we have signaling or hand signaling. Number two, we have verbalization. And number three, we have call out. Let's go over each one of these to understand their role and frequency and why we use them. So signaling really is a series of hand signals and movements. We will review these as part of the safety video. We try to use this signaling or nonverbal communication approximately 70% of the time. That's not an exact number, but it's really meant to understand that that is our preferred format of communication. We'll talk about why in the next slide. When we do hand signaling or movements and this nonverbal communication, and we're riding in a group, the people behind the person signaling should repeat that signal so the signal moves down the line, repeating the same gesture. This is an excellent way to keep everybody safe and communicate in a nonverbal fashion. Now, at times, verbalization is necessary, and this is when you're announcing your movements. And this is used, approximately 20% of the time. And this also should be repeated down the line. Let's say, and repeated down the line utilizing the same tone. Let's say you just know you're rolling up to a stop sign. That stop sign might be a T and you're not really sure if you can see all the traffic. You might say the word slowing and just let people say the word slowing, moving back through the group. We use these simple verbalizations. Now a hand signal could do, but maybe you just feel it's a little more important to say it out loud. Just say slowing and people can communicate slowing back through. We don't want to overly utilize too much verbalization of these movements as it will result in people desensitizing to listen. Again, more on that in the next slide. But when we do use them, people behind the riders making that verbalization should repeat that verbalization with the same tone. Now finally we have calling out. Calling out is something that is a louder, more urgent term, verbalization, if I could talk. And really we're calling out unexpected or unseen hazards. Hopefully we can limit this to a very small amount of time, but it does happen. You come around a corner and there's a pothole or a break in the road or something that can create a hazard. That should be called out and using a higher tone so that it is an alert message, and then it should be called back through the group, again, mimicking the same tone, a higher, louder verbalization with a higher sense of urgency. So this means we have three different types of communication, each used in a specific situation. On your first day or two of riding with your coaches, we will coach this. The main goal is to limit overutilization of verbalization and call out. If you call out every car, if you call out every pothole and call out every stop, that gets difficult for people in the group to interpret all the messages. And what happens is two things will occur. In the first couple of days, if we're calling every single thing out, the first thing is we call the dog whistle effect. And what that means is every time somebody calls out everything, their attention, the head comes up, the eyes open, and you're looking around for current threat or danger. So you're constantly being upregulated by all of the verbal messaging of every car being called, every turn being called, every little pothole being called out. We want to try to use the nonverbal communication for all the normal, just road hazards and small potholes and things like that, and keep our verbalization and our call-out communication for more complex or more threatening scenarios. So when people are attentive, it's because there's a real threat. If we use too much verbal and call-out communication, we will desensitize the group and they simply will stop responding to the call-outs and literally mentally shut them off, which creates a more hazardous experience. Now, in the first ride or two, in your first ride day and second ride day, your coaches will be coaching this and trying to find the right balance for the group of good communication, safety, and control. Excellent. Stay safe, team.